In this video, we're going to discuss cortisol and belly fat and answer the question as to whether or not stress makes you fat. Hi, I'm Dr. Zarowski from NewVisionExcel.com. If you're new to the channel, it's such a pleasure to have you here. Be sure to subscribe, hit that little bell notification, and I'm going to help you excel your health and your life. In this video, we're talking about cortisol and belly fat. Many people are trying to lose weight, get those extra inches off the belly, and also put on a little bit of muscle so that they can look toned and trim, but there's a hormone that's totally messing this process up and stopping you from achieving your goals. This hormone is known as cortisol. What cortisol is a stress hormone that's produced in the adrenal cortex. This hormone's gotten a bad rap in modern society because of the way we live our lives, but truthfully, this hormone serves as a survival mechanism so that we can survive if we actually have a physical threat that comes at us. You know, back in Paleolithic times, or the times of our ancestors, you know, when a tiger came into the camp, we had to flee. So it activated this fight or flight sympathetic response, and then we would go have the energy and club the tiger over the head. Cortisol would be activated during that time at a high level, but then the stress would be gone, the threat would be gone, and cortisol would go back to its normal level. As I mentioned already, due to modern society and the way people are living, this hormone is becoming chronically elevated and causing a lot of health concerns for us. So what we're going to do in this video is talk about the normal response, the abnormal cortisol response, and then how we can actually alleviate this problem. So let's go ahead and talk about the normal response first. So normal response is we have an increase in stress. This activates the sympathetic nervous system, which is the fight or flight survival mechanism. It also increases cortisol levels. As a result of that, we have an increase in blood glucose. This blood glucose can even come from muscle tissue breakdown if necessary, because what the body needs is a massive spike in energy to run from that tiger and save ourselves. And so we have this increase in energy, but here's the deal. In a normal response, it stops right here. There's a beginning and there's an end. But in today's society, in the abnormal response, that's not the case. So once again, we have an increase in stress. So we're talking about physical stress, but we're also talking about emotional stress. You know, stress from work, stress from financial, stress from social media, stress from marriage, you know, so many different stressors out there. And so we have that increase in stress, increase in cortisol, increase in sympathetics, increase in blood sugar, okay? And then as a result of that increase in blood sugar, we have an increase in insulin. Now, if you haven't seen my video where I talk about what happens in the body when insulin levels are chronically raised, go ahead and check that out. So the insulin is risen, and then this problem is chronic, okay? And it's a negative feedback cycle. So more stress, more blood sugar, more insulin, then this is when you start to become fat. You start to put that fat right around the belly. And now as a result of this being chronic, many other things happen. Cortisol depresses the immune system. Cortisol causes insulin resistance, which is a really big problem. And so, you know, we see this with stress, but we also even see this in different health conditions. So there's a health condition called Cushing's syndrome. Cushing's syndrome is when our cortisol is chronically elevated. As a result of that, people get weight gain. Now there's also an alternative, which is called Addison's disease, and as a result of that, cortisol is decreased and people lose weight. So that's where we see that we can actually lose and gain weight according to what cortisol is doing in the body. There's many other studies out there on different prescription drugs that raise cortisol levels, which cause people to gain weight. But in this case today, we're talking more about stress. And so we want to decrease stress if we want to bring down those cortisol levels, and we want to maintain good quality health. Now let's go ahead and talk about all the things that you can do in order to decrease cortisol in your body. Now remember, decreasing cortisol is about decreasing stress and decreasing the activation of the sympathetic nervous system. So here's what we can do. First of all, mindful meditation is very powerful. It's scientifically proven to help us decrease stress. If you're not familiar with it, I'll put a link in the description below as to how you do it. Now also, keeping a gratitude journal is very powerful. When we're grateful for our life and grateful for the things that we do have instead of focusing on what we don't have, once again, it decreases our stress levels and gives us peace of mind. The other thing we can do is exercise, and do exercise even in the form of yoga, which is very powerful, helping us decrease stress. Now, last thing you can do is you can take some herbal supplementation, as there's many different herbs and vitamins that are scientifically proven to help decrease cortisol in our body. And once again, I'll put a link in the description below to a herbal supplement that helps decrease cortisol. Other than that, be sure to like my video, share it with your friends, and then subscribe to my channel channel here, I'd greatly appreciate it. Check out my other videos that I've done on weight loss, as they're gonna help you really get the body of your dreams. Be sure to implement these strategies, and I'll see you in the next video.